Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you who decided to spend your evening watching the Princess Secret Show. I am your hostess, Norma Bryant Howard, coming to you from Studio 2020. And last week, our guest that was on, a wonderful lady by the name of Wanda Walker, she gave me a name for all us girls who come from the South. She says that we are the grits girls. And I said, well, what in the world does grits mean? She says, girls residing in the South. So I am from the South, from Kentucky. Okay. I'm from Kentucky. And I guess I'm one of those grits girls. So I'm Norma Brown Howard. And I just settled back and relaxed because we're going to have a great, informative show for you tonight. But do me a favor before we start. Can you find, and I know you have at least somewhere between 5 and 6 or 7 friends that you can tag and ask them to please join us this evening for our Princess Secret show. And when you go to YouTube, please join my channel and like it and share it, and I'll get more algorithms, and I'll tell you what that means another day, another time. But having a lot of algorithms, I understand it's a great thing. So that's what I want to have. So please don't forget. You can go ahead and do it right now before our guest comes on, and just like and share and tag and all that good stuff. So once again, I am so delighted that so many people are joining us tonight. And we have a young lady, and she's also one of those grits girls. She's a girl residing, I said girl residing in the South. And she has lived in this area her entire life. And she's got some information for us tonight concerning massage. We have different connotations about massages and stuff like that. I think the old-fashioned word was something like a masseuse, but nowadays these ladies are licensed and therapists, and she definitely is a licensed massage therapist, and she's going to tell us everything that you didn't know, everything that you think you know, and give you a whole bunch of information that's going to help improve your life. So without further ado, as they say, I'd like to bring our guest on right now. And I'm going to take her out of the green room. All right, let's bring our guest on. All right, there she is. That is the beautiful Miss Marcella Thompson, a licensed massage therapist. She's a LMT. How are you doing this evening, Marcella?
I am well. Thank you so much, Miss Norma Jean, for having me. It's a delight to be here. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm even more excited. I am more excited. Well, Miss Marcella, I'm going to tell her a little bit that I know about her. The big thing is Marcella and my son, they graduated from the same high school here in Louisville, Kentucky, Male High School. So
Don't
we've
get
been
it
knowing each other a long time, a long
twisted.
time. So Marcella, I'm going to have you to just formally introduce yourself, tell our audience about yourself, maybe something about your personal life, maybe something about your massage business that you have. But introduce yourself because you know as they say, inquiring minds they want to know.
Yes, they do. Miss Norma Jean, thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And ones who are continuing to join in, thank you. Share, share, share. Got some very important information for you guys tonight. My name is Miss Marcella Thompson, and I am a licensed massage therapist here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a very passionate licensed massage therapist. I've been doing this for quite some time. So I just recently went through on a medical basis in 2010 and took myself back to school so I could come on the other side of massage therapy. This profession carries a lot of avenues, and I really wanted to come out and do it correctly and be able to work next to doctors and be able to see the true benefit of what massage therapy can do for people and people's lives. So I've literally been doing this for about, I hope this doesn't tell my age,
Oh,
about
that's okay.
years. 28.
Say that. Say that
Oh,
again.
28. Oh,
For
my head was
28 years.
years.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's been a minute or two, as they say.
it has. It's
That's been a minute or two, as they say. Well, that's good. That's good.
I'm a
That
little
really shows
piece.
you have good work ethics when you can be on a job and you can tell the world, I've done this for 28 years. Excellent work ethics, which I think is great. Was there anything else you'd like to tell about yourself? Because I'm going to ask you a few questions in just a minute. Okay, we're going to get into the meat. We're going to get into the meat of the question. Okay, now I know that, and I'm sure a lot of the people in our audience who will hopefully will be joining us and can ask questions in the chat. I forgot to say
Yeah.
that. Ask your questions in the chat. Put them up. Okay, but I personally know that a massage therapist is a hard worker because whenever I've had a massage, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't see how they do that. My hands would just give out, my fingers would just cramp up. So I know the first trait is they must be a hard worker and a good communicator. What are some of the other traits that a massage therapist must have to be a good one?
Well, the one thing that I always take into consideration is having empathy. For
Oh,
whatever reason,
empathy.
we all carry stress so differently. We don't carry it the same at all. None of
Right.
us do. And so I think we have been systemically patterned to have this out of sight, out of mind. If I can't see it, it's not happening, or you're not going through it, that we carry the stress so differently that empathy is a huge part of massage therapy. That when we go in and we see somebody that visually looks okay, and we're like, okay, what do we need to do to help you? And then they start breaking down things. And I'm looking at a person and I'm like, it's an amazement. You are doing an awesome job, which everybody does every single day. But empathy is a huge part.
Empathy, absolutely. Empathy, yes, because being a school teacher, I know a lot about empathy.
Right.
Definitely. Well, during this pandemic uh, season, that's what I like to call it, that everyone has gone through, do you feel that people are more stressful and, more,
Yeah.
discouraged, depressed, and all those other things? And have you had people calling on you to do more in the area of massage during the pandemic?
Yes. It has increasingly grown. I'm so grateful to be busy every single day. Beforehand, before the pandemic came in, there was a certain amount of bodies that I did throughout the day. And now with the pandemic, there's a limit in which I put on myself, and I max
Okay.
that every
Oh,
day,
every day, every
every day.
day.
I have incorporated for myself to take a few days off within the week, a
Yeah.
half days sometimes, depending on the needs of my clients and patients, because I cover such a broad spectrum. There is such a huge need of massage therapy. I encourage anybody, today is a great day to be a therapist, let me tell you, because saturated. We're so busy. Everybody needs massage. It's not a fluff and buff. It's not a luxury. It's not a it's nothing that was made back in the day to paint a picture to say, "Oh, this is something expensive." This is something vital and essential and
Essential,
very
essential, and
very
effective. Did you pick up on that audience? She said it's effective and it's essential because I've always thought that getting a massage was, as you just said a minute ago, was like, make me feel better. I'm just gonna lay there and then just to get the knots out. And I've had a stressful day, especially when I was teaching. And I had my students and they just stressed me out. And if I had an opportunity to get the luxury massage, I wanted everything just smelling good and the music and all that just to get me out there. But you're saying it's essential. Why
it
is it
is.
essential? Why is it essential?
Licensed massage therapists are so important in the realm of the medical field and the healthcare realm of life. We
Mm-hmm.
need part of wellness and a therapeutic alignment that comes with us, um, through the threes of what we have, not religiously but spiritually. We have all of this. We have a mind, we have a body, and we have a soul. And if those three are aligned, it's chaos, it's
Mm-hmm.
havoc. It can be very dangerous. And a lot of people don't know how to align them. They think meditation and yoga, and you can get different outlets and resources. You can. But if you don't have a way of having somebody come in and open up your transportation lines and your highways so your circulation can flow evenly, and that you have the ability to move things out of the way and muscle lining so your muscles will breathe properly, and you stay hydrated at a certain level, that we can never consume enough water to keep our bodies hydrated. We're made up of about 85%. That even if the best thing to do is just to live in water, because our muscles would be completely hydrated all the time. That's not the case.
Right,
And so
right, right.
you don't have somebody who doesn't have the ability to come in and take away those blockages that come through the highways, that give your muscles the ability to go from here to here to here to here, where you're like, oh my gosh, why is that hurt? Why can't I turn my neck? Because we're filling up. And we as massage therapists, we come in and we empty you out. And that's why I go by the motto with Divine Wonders, that you need to indulge to be prepared to be indulged, to be relaxed, rejuvenated, and revived, because
And
those are essential
I like that.
benefits.
Revive, because there's so many of us, like I said, during the pandemic, we just haven't had that feeling of being revived, and a lot of us have had a lot of anxiety. Can you just actually start massaging on a person and really just kind of like tell what the deficit is? I mean, like you just said, water. You can just tell
Right
this
there.
person doesn't drink any water at all. What are some things that you actually can tell about a person just by massaging them without them even telling you what their issue is? Can you kind of figure it out? Unless it's, really a serious medical problem. But I mean, like dry skin and stuff like that, because they don't
Yeah,
drink any water.
there are amazing things we can find out just by touching your shoulders. I usually try very hard not to, but and going out with my daughter and she's like, "Mama, stop." Because I'll look at somebody's structural integration, and I'll
Oh,
see
wow.
which side is higher than the other.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I'll look at their stance and I'll see which side they're shifting their weight on. So let's go from the interstructural integration of the skeletal up here. That if I look at
Mm-hmm.
you here and you're high up here, that means you might have some neck tightness, some shoulder tightness, because you're off.
Right,
So then
right.
I go down and I look at how you're standing and you're going back and forth. So now I have, from your neck to your bottom is a very important branch of our body. It's called the spine.
The spine. Oh, I'm sure you
And
could
so
tell a
I'm
lot.
watching how
Yes.
you're moving. And now we get down to a very important part of your body. That's the trunk.
Uh-oh.
And so you're
Uh-oh.
going back and forth, and I'm seeing which side you're putting more pressure on for your hips. Let's go down a
Mm-hmm.
little bit further. Your hips are connected to your knees,
Mm-hmm.
to this long bone called a femur.
Wow. So you can
And
tell.
then we're connected from the knees down to the ankles. And so I look to see this is just a visual I can see outside when I look at somebody, is their shoulders, the structure of their hips going back and forth. And if I get a glance to down at their ankles, because if there's any swelling, then
Oh,
I
wow.
usually
That's right.
tell that if one side is higher than the other and you're actually shifting your weight over to that side, and I happen to look down and see your ankle and it's that ankle, it's usually the leading side, which is the writing side, which is the
All
side that
right.
you lead your body with.
Right, right. Well, we have someone who is in the chat, Marshall Howard. Maybe someone I know. He said, good information, and especially for us baby boomers, we know we need this information, don't we, baby boomers? If there's anybody else out there that would like to, in the audience, that would like to go to the chat and ask Marcella a question, she is available for you this evening. If you have any kind of question at all, she's ready to answer anything you might ask about massage therapy and anything else related to that. So she's given us some good information tonight. So what is your philosophy on the total body health as it relates to massage? I mean, is your philosophy of life is that everybody needs a good massage, or everybody needs to jump on that table and go to a chiropractor,
Well,
chiropractor, or
say
what?
to chiropractor, but there are it's really an alignment on what it is that a person needs, because we carry stress so differently. Some
Yes.
people feel that they need to be aligned. Some people don't feel that they're out of place, so alignment wouldn't be needed from a chiropractor, but they feel really tight and they feel bunched and they feel crunched, and they may need a massage. They may need somebody to push down on them and push their shoulders away from their ears because they're up like this, you
Yeah, I
know.
see a lot of people
Or
like that.
a lot of people don't realize how good it is to get your forearm massaged right up in between your elbow and your forearm, because we hold the wheel of the car so hard. A lot of people, when I go to massage them, they're like, "I didn't even know that was bothering me, Miss Marcella," and I'm like, "I know." I
Oh, wow. My goodness, that is amazing. That is amazing. Have you ever given a massage and it felt so incredibly good to the client that the client fell asleep on the table?
That's one of the best tips that anybody could give a massage therapist. But yes, I do. I do. So I truly try to make all of my encounters very personable. I try to make the people who let me into their homes, because I'm a traveling therapist. I have the ability to come into your home. Through COVID, I get testing. I have to stay safe. I wear my gloves. I wear a mask coming into your home. I wear shoe covers coming into your home. I have some clients who I've gone as far as covering up all the way, if that's what makes them feel comfortable, because it's such a necessity to keep us on board with the habit that we have of emptying our bodies because we're going through so much.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're following all the, I'm sure what's that, the CDC,
The C-
CDC
oh yes,
guidelines.
we
Yeah,
have to.
because,
We have.
yeah, yes, I
I
know a lot
push.
of people are wanting to know that. They want to know
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
also out of the concerns, I have a lot of people when they first come into our first session and encounter, to make them feel good. They're like, "You're gonna rub me with gloves on?" I'm like, "I sure am," and they're like, "Are you going to be able to do that? I don't think that's going to feel good. And give me a shot. I promise you and understand." But this is so serious right now that to stay healthy for you and for me, that I
Right,
would choose
absolutely.
to work
Absolutely.
and give you the best. And I've had people who have told me they don't even know that I have gloves on, and that's awesome
Oh, yes.
because there is no difference at all in any way. But safety is my main concern for covering guidelines right now. The mask that we have, it's not far away. My
Right.
daughter reminded me I had to take it off because guess what? I was at home and I was like, yeah, let me take it
Oh,
off.
yes. Absolutely.
Because I'm
Absolutely.
constantly,
So do clients ever ask you, maybe you found a spot on their body that you were massaging and they ask you, oh, that felt so good. Continue there in that area. Has anybody ever asked you to continue because it felt so good? It felt
oh,
so
yeah,
good to them.
there are so many common areas that we have in which we carry our stress. It's the fact that we carry it differently.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right.
Common
That's right.
areas, the common areas, of course, neck, shoulders, People sitting at a computer, getting in and out of a car, the lower part of the back. A lot of people don't realize in our first session, because we have to gain consent in order to release the gluteal muscles, that they are such a vital part of the lower back, that when I go to release people's gluteal muscles and they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh, I know, because they're tied into the muscles that are hurting you in your back. There's no reason for me not to touch them if I'm going to release the other muscles. I have to touch almost everywhere. Now that there are limitations and boundaries in which we keep, because of course you're under a sheet. I come to you with a table. I provide music off of my phone. Sometimes I have my clients, they put it on their TV, however it is that you feel comfortable. Because one of the main reasons in which why I keep performing at this pace that I do as a mobile therapist is because everybody feels very, very comfortable in their home. Now, I do have people who don't feel comfortable with me coming to their home. And then so I am contracted as a independent licensed massage therapist. I have the ability to go and contract anywhere that I want to. And I chose this time to take my career into the spa and salon area and environment to gain my credentials for teaching through my
Oh,
state board.
wow. Oh, wow.
And so
Wow.
I've been currently contracted at J. Michael Spa and Salon over off of Sears and Shelbyville Road, that for people who really don't want anybody to come to their home, because we do
Mm-hmm.
have some people who don't want people to come to their homes, that if
Mm-hmm.
they feel comfortable enough and the anxiety level can be held to get to me, that you have the
Right,
ability
right.
to come stay at a place. Now, I'm only contracted there Thursday, Fridays, and every other Saturday. And it is a
Okay.
very tight booking. So I do encourage people who don't want anybody to come to their home, and you do feel that you have the ability to come out, to please check, because I don't want to miss anybody. And I don't want
Right.
anybody discouraged if it is that they have to wait a little bit. But this is a very serious profession right now. And with what we have gone through the transitions of having the pandemic thrown on us, outside of just living with the everyday challenges of life,
Mm-hmm.
it has
Mm-hmm.
been busy for us. And I want everybody who has the opportunity, which everybody carries the opportunity. Expense is not a problem. We have always given the ability to have different forms on how to pay, when to pay. It's not that. It's truly the benefit of feeling what you need to feel, which is
Right.
relief from feeling tight every day and going through the waves of the storm that cover us in our lives. We all go through, we're kind of like in the same storm, but we all have different size boats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, right, right,
And
right.
depending on the wave is hitting you, it is I'm very sincere about making sure that everybody knows that it's not a pricey situation,
Right,
that
right, right, right,
and it can
right.
be affordable. Um, at the same time, I do want to eat, but I make it possible for people too who feel like they may never have to have a chance to get a massage. Holler at me. Let's see what we can do, because
Right. To work something out. You
you
can work
deserve
something out.
you deserve the right to feel relief.
Well,
We
one of
really
our guests here is saying, now that's Marshall Howard. He says, I take a muscle relaxer for my shoulders and neck, which is prescribed by his rheumatologist. And would he be a good candidate for a massage or what?
yes, he
Can you?
would. If it is that you're taking muscle relaxers, Mr. Howard, then your muscles need to be relaxed. Apparently, they're too tense. Sometimes the forms of medication that are taken can truly help and release the muscle. However, the muscle is just not there. It's connected to many other muscles.
Right,
Sometimes
right,
a
right.
lot of people are truly amazed that when I go to rub the bottom part of their back or the middle of the back, that it releases some things up in the shoulder blade or up in the neck area where they were feeling
Mhm.
tight. That's because I need to be able to release the muscle, and which may be pulling the muscle that's giving you a problem. And
Right.
so we have to stay very educated, and we have to stay very informed through the
Right.
profession of being a licensed massage therapist. We are required to have 24 hours CEUs every 2 years. So we have to learn something new. But let's think about this. We do, because nobody in this world is identically the same.
Absolutely.
So that means we're always going to be finding out something new about the body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I love what I do. And
Well,
Mr.
that's
Howard, I
great.
love to be given a shot just to see if you like what I do.
If he likes it. That's right. So how often should a person get a massage?
You know, I'm often asked that question on the very first session when I have an encounter with anybody, and I can't answer that. What I can, I usually ask this. They say, Miss Marcella, how often do I need to get this done? And I say, well, how quick are you going to fill back up? I just emptied you. How quick are you going to go back out and let life hit you and punch you? And we're going to do this and do that. Some people say, tomorrow. And I'm like, no, for real, let's get it going. Because once we get into the habit and have a regimen of having massages, massages can stay with you, but usually about every 2 weeks.
About
um,
every 2 weeks. Okay.
I did read something about 10 years ago, and it said if you can get 4 to 5 massages a year, you can prolong your life by 1 to 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
How about
That's
that?
great. How about that? Well, my friend, Rosemary Chambers, who is from this area in Louisville, do you need to consult a doctor before getting a massage? That's her question.
Miss Rosemary Chambers, young lady, I love you. I thank you so much for chiming into this. And I know you know who I am. That's why you threw that in there. Beautiful. Yes, it is very important. Also, as licensed massage therapists, we have to be updated in pathologies. We have to be updated with medication. We need to know when it is a contraindication for us not to be able to touch. We do not want to put into play something that could be harmful. And we have the ability to do that. We have the ability to cause harm to the body. If you do not know what you are doing and you go to somebody who says they are a licensed massage therapist and can't show you credentials and they rub you the wrong way, your body can have a very bad reaction. So, yes, it is very important. I love talking to doctors. I encourage all my clients and patients, here's my card, my license number is on it. I make it very public. I love talking to doctors. Let's see what we can figure out, what we can do together to get this medication taken away, to get whatever it is that may be ailing you, whatever current medical condition. But yes, it is very, very important. I have a consent form that is very detailed that releases me of that. It is very important, extremely. Great question.
Great question. Great
Yeah.
question. So, how long are these sessions?
A usual session runs about 60 minutes. We do offer 60, 90, and 120 minutes. We also offer sessions according to what is needed. Sometimes there is a need to have the shoulders and the neck released because somebody is at home now taking a look at multiple monitors and they're going back and forth. We offer 30 and 45-minute sessions. It really truly does depend on what the body is needing.
What the body needs. What the body needs.
The
Right.
most
Well,
common though is 60 minutes.
but I just love the fact that you actually carry this little bitty lady carries the biggest massage table. I think it folds up. Is it in half or is it in thirds? What is it in?
It's in
She
half.
has it folded up. This little bitty lady carrying this big, humongous table, and she carries it just like she's carrying a deck of cards around. And she carries it, and she will come to you, to your home, in the privacy of your home if you don't want to leave and go somewhere else. And she would come out to your home and set the massage table up. I've had her here before in my home, and my son has used her recently. And this little lady, it was so adorable. She set the massage table up in our kitchen. So she had it set up in the kitchen. She says, it doesn't matter to me. So she went ahead and she did it. And I mean, it was just truly a blessing and some, advice that she also gave him, which I thought was amazing. So is it that deep tissue massage or do you do a lighter massage what's the differences between massages?
Oh, there's a huge difference. The first thing we always do is ask in consultation. We ask for a consultation to set up to see what it is that needs to be geared to do in a session. My master in love is deep tissue. I love deep tissue. I've created a deep tissue lymphatic drainage massage that I am in the processes of working on to make it my very own, so I can go teach this certain method of massage. It's where I go really deep to release everything it is that I need to, and then I come back and I give you a lymphatic drainage, because everybody carries fluid. And so I like to move that fluid afterwards so you can really have the ability to have the mobility to do everything that you want to do. We also offer Swedish massage, which is a little bit of a lighter touch of a massage. Some people don't like to go very deep. Some people can't go very deep. Some people bruise very easily. So there are the other levels of massages through Swedish. We have a therapeutic massage where it is a very, very, very light fluff of a massage. It's done with feathers. It can be. I have a patient that I cannot touch with my fingertips. So I'm also going through the processes of seeing what I can do about patenting a palm massage. I can do it all with just the palm and the ball of my hand now. I've been working with this person for a very long time, but it is a very serious situation. And I have now developed a group for this person because there are other people who have come forward because they've given me permission to share their story about not wanting to have fingertips. And they're like, I don't like fingertips. I'm a very ticklish
So just
person.
using the palm.
So just the palm. So,
that is so interesting. Now
we also I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I was going to say that Jacqueline Dock is with us this evening, and her question is, how early after plastic surgery are you supposed to have someone perform a lymphatic massage?
Young lady, that is something that is very important, and that is something we do offer. I am a certified licensed therapist for lymphatic drainage. That is a CLT, certified lymphatic therapist. And it is extremely important. From the time it is that you get out of surgery, you should be touched within 24 hours. It is a huge process. I ask people to consult with me before surgery. It is a very saturated category right now, which leaves us very busy. It's very vigorous, but it's also very vital. It is extremely vital to get a lymphatic drainage massage after any type of manipulation surgery, whether it be plastic surgery, enhancements, anything from a nose fix to a jaw break to I just had a client go through and have to go through brain surgery because they had nerve within their lining of their jaw was paralyzed. And so the face swelled, and we have glands everywhere. And as a lymphatic therapist, I know how to drain the body of the fluid that will be carried from any type of surgery.
Interesting. Well, Marcella, you blow my mind tonight. You have really, she is so knowledgeable, isn't she, audience? Just a big, I wish they could hear you. I wish you could hear them clapping, because I'm sure they're clapping right along with me, because you've just filled our minds with so much information. So if people are really, really interested in getting in contact with you, what do they do?
Well, we have a website, www.divinewonderslmt.com. Gives all of our information on what services it is that we do offer. And then also we have my email address, which is divinewondersmmt@yahoo.com. And also a direct line, 502-356-2815. That is something in which I have here. I keep on my card, try to get that as close as possible. But yes, also something in which I hand out everywhere. I do my best to keep my line open. The best line of communication, though, is through a text message to that number. If it is
scrolling, there it goes. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Yes, yay.
Yay.
Because it is that I session a lot that I'm not able to answer my phone. So I usually ask once it is, if I miss a call, that I can get back with you if we can communicate through text messaging or messenger from Facebook. We're on Facebook. We are on Instagram, working my way through all of the social media engines, but those are my two go-tos and busiest and favorites. But at all times, we'll try to keep an open line and usually get back with you within 24 to 72 hours.
Right, right, right. Well, Marshall had another question, but I'm going to let him personally get in contact with you. I'm going to give him that number in case he didn't get it. Rosemary Chambers says Marcella is extremely knowledgeable, and you are extremely knowledgeable. We're getting ready to kind of wind this show up for the evening, but do you have any concluding words that you'd like to tell us before our show is over this evening? Marcella, can you just a word or two that you'd like to conclude for the audience tonight? Okay.
I do. First, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's very important that you get this information to know that you deserve to feel relief, and you deserve to feel relaxed, rejuvenated, and revived. It is not a selfish act, it is a very selfless act. And if you continue to give yourself out, then you deserve to be relieved so you can continue to give yourself out. So think
Right,
about that. You
right.
give yourself in so many ways, in so many directions, that you do deserve to feel
To
relaxed,
feel, I
rejuvenated.
like that. You deserve to feel good. You know,
You do.
walking around in pain is not fun.
It is
And
not
we've
indeed.
all done it. We've all done it. As my dad gets to say, you don't know you got a big toe until it starts to hurt. So I remembered him saying that when we were kids. But I'd like to thank Marcella for giving us all this good information tonight. She's very insightful. And she is the bomb. Marcella Thompson, a licensed massage therapist who just has it all. I'd like to say thank you, good night, and I want my audience just to hold on for just 1 minute. Thanks, Marcella. All right. Okay, so don't forget to tune us in every Friday night, same time, same place. Come on out at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock p.m. out on the Pacific Coast, and those two time zones that's in between. And as we say every Friday night, don't forget to continue to say a prayer for the whole wide world and continue to wear your mask. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next Friday night. Bye bye.